Sanjiv Bhasin joining us as always. Sanjiv, hi, good morning. Good to have you on the show. And Sanjiv, what a commentary coming in from Kumar Mangalam Birla himself yesterday on Vodafone, a stock that you've liked. What did you make of his commentary and what lies ahead now?
Yeah, good morning, Aisha. Firstly, welcome to the paradigm that Nvidia is now the third largest
Yes.
market cap company in the world. And for all the trollers who thought IT is overbought and overextended, IT index is hitting new highs, even in India. So markets are never say never. You can always expect all impossible things to be achievable. And that is what Vodafone has told us, that it is there to survive. The Kumaramangalam has clearly indicated that there will be infusion of capital, which will allow it to get more progress into 5G. Its attrition rate of losses over a period, over the month on month, is reducing, and I think that it makes a very good, proxy play on the demographic premium with rising ARPUs. The ARPU of Vodafone, by the way, now is 145 and raring to go. So I continue to be positive, and let's see how the fundraising comes. In the meantime, we think that whole group is performing, in line with the sync of demographic premiums, with paints now being on the card. And I was surprised they're looking at almost a 10% market share, which is fairly large. And they have the synergies of Grasim playing out very well over the logistics. So I would say watch the fundraising amount in the Vodafone issue. In a bull market, these stocks will tend to outperform once the news flow gets positive. But we need the much needed adrenaline, that is the green money, to come in before you can take further action on the longer term outlook.
And since you did talk about Grasim, have to ask, what does it mean for incumbent paint companies like a Berger and Asian Paints?
No, Aisha, the market is large enough for all three to survive. You know, the market share gain, the brand avenue. This was the same thing which people thought when Patanjali and Lee were there. Now they've coexisted and both are trading at, in fact, Patanjali is at all-time highs. So I am very, very positive that we have enough of color on the demographic premium where these little bit of competition will be positive. I continue to be positive on both Grasim and Asian Paints, and we know that the decorative segment, the brand element of change, of elasticity of change, is very less, and over a period of time only you will know how much of pricing effect will the new competition get in. But I continue to be positive on both those stocks. They are both in our portfolio, but right now at closer to 22,500, we will wait for more color. We are not in a hurry to extend any bets, and we are plateauing our portfolio between some other stocks which we think have more value, given the likes of HDFC and L&T, which we've added, and Hindalco.
Okay, that's interesting. And what's the outlook then when it comes to IT, Sanjeev? Given that we're talking about Nvidia, etc., and the kind of delivery data that we witnessed just in yesterday's trading day, be it with the likes of HCL Tech, Wipro, or even LTI Mindtree, Emphasis, are you looking at participation from Indian IT as well?
Yes, good morning, Avan. We are bullish on IT. HCL Tech, Wipro have been two of our top holdings. We've also added one of the, on the declines, Coforge. We are now very overweight on Dixon. We think the next EMS play is, and the type of background it's a correlation to the IT, but Dixon is one stock which we think can head into 5 figures over the next 2 years. So we are overweight overweight Wipro, HCL Tech, Coforge, and Dixon in this in the tech basket stroke EMS play.
To look out for what Sona BLW actually does in trade today. They've got the certification under the Auto PLI scheme, for which they're going to be making parts for two-wheelers now. So that's going to be another stock which is going to be in focus at 612 now. There's, of course, IRCTC as well. They've actually partnered with Swiggy Foods to supply and deliver pre-ordered meals at stations now. There's Godrej Properties. Bombay High Court has ruled in favor of, one of their plots in Navi Mumbai. So look out for that as well. There's Vodafone Idea, like we've already highlighted. There's RBL Bank as well, which is going to be in focus today. Matthew Syriac has bought about 32.75 lakh shares in the block deal just yesterday. Eureka Forbes, we've been talking about as to how the promoter has sold nearly 9% stake via the block deal yesterday. So that's the other one which is in focus. And PFC, which is also considered a fundraising for their FY25 proposal on Feb 29th. That's going to be another one to look out for. Sanjiv, you've cautioned already on the likes of PFC, REC. Having said that, while the momentum is not as smart as it was in the month of December or November perhaps, but, still gains continue over here. What's the call now?
So, Aisha, stocks which have gone up 3-4 times in the last 2 years. We were one of the first entrants when the 11-12% dividend yields closer to 100. We've taken chips off the block. We are not following the trend now. And in power, you have to be selective. I think PSUs, you have to be very, very careful. You name 2 stocks which we are overweight, IRCTC and Concor, but the rest for us is an avoid, and ONGC. Rest, you have to be selective in what you buy. Don't play the chase the momentum. It's good for traders, but investors can burn their hands. On the other hand, if you just read the news on RBL Bank, the first, cat amongst the pigeon was when Mahindra bought a 3%, 4% stake. There is nobody who has a big stake in that bank. And the bank trading one point, even less than 1 time price to book. I'm given the franchise and brand image, I think is very, very cheap. So as a disclosure, both RBL and Dhanlaxmi Bank, because of the sheer weight of valuation, comfort, and no big ownership, are both buys in our in our portfolio, and we continue to be very bullish on both these stocks. On the PSU side, like you said, be selective. You've had a big run in OMCs in the power finances. It is time to take some chips off and get into the big names like L&T and HDFC. Yesterday, by the way, L&T and Hindalco were our top picks, and L&T was an outperformer. Who thought that ABB will be up almost 25% in 1 week? And that tells you that capex stocks, particularly the likes of L&T, are still to be headed for better times.
Okay, there's Indiabulls Housing as well, which is going to be in focus, and they've raised a sizable 3,693 crore rupees via the rights issue. Sanjiv, wanted to, you to reflect on some of these turnaround stories, or actually could they be successful turnaround stories? Indiabulls, Yes Bank, Vodafone, of course, we've already addressed.
Well, Yes Bank is clearly, you've seen how State Bank has gone from 650 to 780, purely because State Bank owns 5,000 crore at 10 rupees, which is now 15,000 crore at 30. And there is still a big buyer in Yes Bank, which again tells you the valuation comfort. Well, Yes Bank has a 40,000 crore asset base, which is now 1 lakh crore as market cap. And it will take time for it to perform. But I think Prashant Kumar has done a superb job there. I am again very bullish on Indiabull Real Estate. It is just a matter of time that the demerger goes through to Embassy. Embassy arguably is one of the biggest players in the country. They can execute 1 lakh crore in the space of 1 year. That's the type of capability and capacity they have. Indiabull Real Estate, it trades at 6,000 crore market cap. And now you have the likes of Unitech, everything else trading at 4-5. The largest land bank owner, both in Maharashtra and parts of Delhi, cannot be available at this price. So Indiabull Real Estate, the 115 rupee stock, according to me, can double in the next 1 year. It also gives you a very good proxy of ownership of Embassy, which I think is the largest player in the country now as far as construction and building goes.
A screaming buy for Indiabulls Real Estate, currently at 119.75. Sanjiv, always good to have you on the show, and we'll see you again on Monday now.